Hey guys, welcome back to Flash Tutorials with Alan Becker. Um, so it's been a while since I did a tutorial, so I'm going to try to make up for that. But this time we are going to talk about making stick figures look like they are getting drawn, and making text look like it's getting typed. Okay, so we're going to make something that looks like this. So this is from Animator versus Animation 2, and we're going to show you how to do this. I don't know why I said we. I guess it's just me. But looks like you have a cursor that is just a small square. I mean, you can make it a circle or whatever you want. But when it gets put down, it turns into this thing that is black and white. I mean, that is what happens, at least in Flash, when you draw something. It turns into a checkerboard, if you can see that. So, I mean, you could do this if you want, but you don't have to. But a simple way is to just go into Paint and then draw like one black pixel, white pixel, black pixel, white pixel. I'm just gonna copy and paste this bitmap or whatever into a new document right here. So now we have our checkerboard thing, and it looks better here because it's not smoothed. Then I'm going to make a brush that is equally as big. Like I said, you don't have to do it exactly as I did it, but I'm going to use the ink bottle. Wait, first I need to break this apart. Maybe twice, maybe 3 times. Then I have an outline that I can use to make an exact replica, and I use the paint bucket to fill that in and then delete the lines, so I have the same thing. Okay, I will call this one brush 1, and I will call this one brush 2, and I convert it to a symbol, and get rid of that for now, and then keep that on the screen. It's pretty small. I'm going to make it look like it's getting dragged onto the stage with the mouse cursor, so I'm going to make a new frame at frame 20, keyframe by pressing F6, and I'm going to move it to the middle, right click, create classic tween. I'm going to give it an ease that looks like this. Okay. Alright, now you would guess that to make it look like it's drawing a stick figure, I would just go draw a little bit, 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 and do it for every frame until I have a completed stick figure. But if I did that, it would look very choppy. It would look like it would look squiggly because each step is drawn independently and you don't really get a smooth line. So what we do instead is we draw the whole stick figure and then we go backwards from it. So I'm gonna draw a stick figure. Ew, gosh. I'm really picky with my stick figures. Okay, that's good enough. Okay, so we want to make sure this is on a different layer, or at least a different layer, because it's messing up with our classic tween. So I'm going to Control X, and then I'm going to make a new layer, put it underneath, and then F6, and Control Shift V to paste it into place. Okay, so now you go backwards. Actually, first we need to do the path that the brush is going to take first. So I am going to go backwards. So in the next frame, which I'm going to press F6, I'm going to move it all the way to the bottom. And I'm going to swap it for brush 2. So I'm going to right click, swap symbol for brush 2, and now I'm going to make it undraw itself, because we're going to reverse the frames later. Okay, so I'm gonna make sure that this is on the background for a decent amount of time so it doesn't disappear. And maybe here, move it up and create a classic tween and give it an ease. And move it down here. Give that one an ease too. I'm going to be doing a lot of this. So it just undrawed or drew that leg, and now it's moving down, and now it's about to undraw this leg. So maybe this one could be faster. And move it up here. It's kind of like squiggly, so, or bent, so I'm gonna give it an extra one in the middle, and then classic tween, and ease in for this one and ease out for this one. It's gonna be the same kind of ease as this, only it's split up between two tweens. Okay. And then it'll undraw this torso. Wait, okay. If we mimic making a stick figure, it'll be the head first, then the body, and then the right, and then the left, with the left, right, and then down there. So I'm going to, instead of moving it up here, I'm going to move it here, because that'll be the last one. And then it'll undraw that arm, and then, okay, one, boom, boom, okay, and then it'll move here, and then it'll undraw that, and then it'll move here, it'll undraw that, and then I'm just gonna classic tween all these, and then I think I can actually edit all of their custom eases to save time. And then it'll go around in a circle. Okay. I think it'll go there actually. Let's give this some more frames. And then for the round part, we're just going to F6 our way around. So backwards would be like that. F6, 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 and then go slower and slower and stop. Alright, so now I'm sure you're probably thinking I'm really confused because you don't really see anything getting drawn and we're doing it backwards, so it probably looks confusing, but yeah, it'll make sense. I think I'm going to add another few frames in between these two, and maybe just classic tween it. Yeah, maybe another one here. Yeah. Alright. So, now that we have that, we are going to slowly erase the stick figure. Okay, so we start down here, get out our eraser by pressing E, and press F6 to make a new frame, and then erase right up to the brush tool, every frame. And you gotta be careful, because you want to make sure you distinguish where the mouse is moving and where it's drawing. So right now it's not drawing, it's moving. It's moving after it completed this, so we're going to just keep making keyframes without doing anything, and then it's undrawing this, so we erase. Okay, just make that look a little smooth. Okay, and now it's going up here, undrawing that. Again, I'm pressing F6 for every frame. Now it's going down here, so we don't undraw anything until we get there. Oh, okay, back here I think we should erase that, and then here we erase this. F6 again, F6 again, F6 again, and again. And now it's moving down here, so we wait till it's down there, and then erase, 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 erase. So now it's going to move up to the top, and I think maybe I should make the brush size smaller. Okay, now I can make it bigger again. Just follow the brush. Alright, good. So now we just get rid of this, and let's play it back. Perfect. Alright. So now there's a handy feature in Flash called reverse frames, and we're going to try it out. So we select all the frames from frame 1 till when it's gone, and then we go up to, let's see, where is it? Modify timeline reverse frames. Okay. So now it should look as if it is getting drawn. We're going to get rid of this. Yes. And we're going to move this so that it aligns with the next frame. Yeah. Alright. Alright. Let's see how it looks. There you go. That is how you do that. So now everything that we did up to this point should make sense. If you want to look at it again, then go back to the beginning and rewatch it. but that's how you draw anything. You can do this with anything, of course, like a signature or something. You just have to draw the whole thing and then mimic the brush going backwards and then erase according to where the brush is. And you want to be very careful about the timing of the brush. Right here it looks kind of fast, like mechanical, so you want to make it more realistic, like in this one. There's a lot of pauses and it goes slow then fast, slow then fast. Anyway, moving on. How do you make it look like someone is typing? Like in this, there's a cursor, or there's a text cursor, and it types, and backspaces and types. So this is a very similar principle, where you go backwards and then reverse it. So let's just do that. So every operating system has a different font. If you want to make it look like yours, then you have to find out what font it is. For Windows XP it was Tahoma, and it was size 11, and I think I covered this in my screenshots video, but you want to make sure that it is formatted to the left, and type whatever you want. What the heck? I don't know why it is there. Type what? Okay, that's weird. I'm just going to type whatever. So I'm just gonna make it size 11 just to imitate the other video, and I'm going to use bitmap text, which will make it not smooth, so that it'll be like that. Okay, so first you need your blinking line, which you can make with the line tool. So let's just make a line, and then we zoom out and make sure it looks good. Okay, so I think you should separate this blinking cursor from the text, put it on new layer, Control X, Control Shift V, and then from here you just press T, the text tool, press F6, click on the text, backspace, F6, click on the text, backspace, F6, click on the text, backspace, F6, and etc. Oops. And etc. Once you have a rhythm going, you can do it really fast. Make sure you have a frame for the space, because the space does get typed. Okay, and now, like before, we want this to go or move along with the text. So F6, move it, F6, move it, F6. You can also use the arrow keys, F6, arrow keys, F6, arrow keys. Okay, you want to make sure it is right on the edge. Okay. So it's getting typed very fast. Alright, so now all we need to do is reverse the frames and make sure that this frame is short, or else it'll reverse this huge long frame. I'll just do that to see what happens. If I go to timeline, modify timeline, reverse frames, it'll put it all the way over there because this frame is really long. I mean, that's okay, we can always just drag it back. But ideally you should just make this one short, and then this one too, and then reverse these frames. Modify timeline, reverse frames. So here we go. Type whatever. And let's get rid of these so it stays there. Okay, so that is step one. Of course, when you're actually typing, you're not going to type this fast. So you're going to want to put at least an extra frame in between each one, sometimes more, depending on what the letters are. If there's like a shift, like shift T, then you're going to want to make an extra pause for the shift, and especially make a pause for what like the person typing might be thinking. So first I'm just going to go in between each one and press F5 and make it double time. I'm just inserting a frame in each keyframe to make it a little longer. So let's look at that. It's a little bit more logical speed. I'm going to also make the beginning pause a little longer, and to make it look like it's blinking, you have to just make it disappear for a little bit. Maybe after, I don't know, 15 frames it disappears. So I'm just going to press F7, and it's like maybe a little bit less. Oh, I think I'm going to give it another, since it like just jumps into that, I should drag this right here. Yeah. Anyway. So maybe there's an extra pause in between the space here. Let's just put an extra thing here. Whatever. Yeah, let's just spread it out a little bit more. Type whatever. Yep. And then at the end it'll just keep blinking, so you can F7 that, and then click and drag from the previous frame and stick it there, and F7, and make it just keep blinking for as long as you want. You could also make it a movie clip or a graphic that loops, but whatever. So let's watch that. Okay. Yep. That's how you type whatever. So I'm going to try to make another tutorial by the end of the week to make up for not doing a tutorial for 2 weeks. It was Christmas and New Year's and stuff, but I will make at least one more by the end of the week. So I hope you learned something, and I'll see you guys later.